It's another pleasant day, everyone. This is the part 3 of our tutorial. This tutorial is all about preparing our breeding equipment. The biggest mistake people make when breeding bettas is they try to breed them in male's current tank. Don't do that. You need a breeding tank because the fry are extremely fragile and need pristine water condition. Once they were free swimming, you will need to remove your male. And if that tank is intended for him, you cannot do that. So what are you going to need if you want to have a successful breeding tank? You need empty 10 liters cut pet bottle. Or if you don't have, replace this one with this unused plastic Tupperware. Unused plastic Tupperware. Then, if you don't have, we will use simply this Betta tank again. We need to provide enough space for our betta so that they can hide if they need to. Remember, don't put any substrate so that it will be easy for male to retrieve eggs and to avoid fry to get stuck in it. Prepare a clean water for a breeding tank. We need this capsule in order to treat our water. It provides antibacterial agent and help us avoid bubble nest explosion. So this is my secret, guys, on how to avoid bubble nest explosion. use this thing. This is called tetracycline.
Oh my god!
Use some small amount of this. I will try to demonstrate to you on how to use this later, so that you will have idea about how you gonna use it. This is the best solution during rainy and cold season. Provide water heater to get your ideal water temperature, but I will suggest this thing if you are located in a cold country. Another thing is Indian almond leaf. It releases antibacterial and good in water condition. It softens the water. But if you don't have this one, you can replace this thing with dried banana leaf. The last thing is the bubble wrap. The size of this tiny small piece is 2.5 by 2.5 inch. It will serve as hiding place of our male betta and used to collect their bubble nest. So, our breeding equipment are already prepared. So let's have our breeding setup. Please check it out.
5 minutes later.
Okay, let's set up our breeding tank. Before you set up your breeding tank, you want to make sure it's not near distractions. Make sure it's away from other tanks with bright fish or any fish. There's no bright colors around or lots of human activity. Betta fish likes privacy when they mate. Okay, so once you've found the best place, here's how you can set it up. Fill your tank with 3 to 5 inches of water. Newly hatched fry will have difficulty reaching the surface to breathe and feed if the water is too deep. And high level water creates cooler temperature. Treat the water by putting some small amount of tetracycline capsule. Add almond leaf or dried banana leaf to soften the water. Put bubble wrap or styrofoam cup in order to prevent the bubble nest spread out. Now, our breeding tank is in the optimum condition. It's time to introduce our breeding pair. But remember, we already did it by putting their tank near at each other. We will put the male betta to the breeding tank first. Then, let's add our female to our breeding tank. It's time for the big show. But be warned, this is an aggressive process. Once your male realizes he can reach your female, His display will become even more elaborate. He'll start chasing her around the tank, trying to engage her in mating dance. Notice that the male starts building his bubble nest again. He'll spend its time darting back and forth between building the nest and showing off. Over the next few hours, can be between 2 and 6 hours, you'll see a lot of chasing and biting. This is normal behavior, but you should keep a close eye on what is happening, just in case it turns sour. Throughout the process, your female will keep checking on the nest. Once she decided it's ready, the mating dance will begin. They'll spread their fins and swim side by side, stopping over a few inches to flare at each other and display their sides. If your male doesn't feel like she's in awe of his performance, he'll nip and chase her around before dancing again. Your female may then seek a place to hide again until she is ready to spawn. She'll continue to hide until your male finds and chases her out, or she feels ready to approach the male herself. The way your female initiates spawning will depend on her personality. Some will directly swim up to the male with their heads down and fins clamped to show her submissiveness. Others will charge the nest, banners flaring, and challenge the male to spawn. Mating will begin by the paid nosing into each other's sides until the male is able to flip the female upside down and wrap himself around her midsection, squeezing her tightly. Once they have nailed it, they'll then either float to the surface or sink to the bottom. Your male will then release her and allow her some time to recover 3 to 5 minutes before they do it again. After several tight squeezes, you'll see her start to drop eggs during each embrace. Fact: they're not squeezing the eggs out of the female. The purpose of this embrace is to place the ventrals close to each other to improve the chance of fertilization. Now, it's important you don't panic here. Your female will go into a zombie-like state while the eggs fall to the ground from her ovipositor. She'll float sideways, looking dead to the world. But she's not. Trust me. Your male will now start to scoop up the eggs, putting them in the nest one by one. When your female recovers, she may help your male put the eggs in the nest. However, some females will eat the eggs, so watch carefully. I would like to give you some pro tip. Bettas needs privacy and sometimes will not spawn if the light is on. Having almond leaves will darken your tank water, helping them feel more comfortable. Over the next 24-36 hours, your male will spend all of his time attending to the eggs, mouthing them and blowing more bubbles. He may even build a brand new nest in another location and move them all there. But most of his time will be hovering under the nest, looking bored, periodically checking to see if they've started to hatch. Some first-time dads may eat the eggs or fry, which can be very frustrating. However, he may only be eating ones which haven't been properly fertilized or have something wrong with them. He might be just doing his job, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. When your fry start to hatch, their wiggling can shake them loose from the bubbles and they'll fall. If your male see, he'll catch them and put them back. When they'll start to hatch, he'll be very busy darting around to catch them and put them back. Scanning the bottom for any he've missed. Your fry will hang tail down for the first few days and slowly start taking on horizontal swimming position. Once they were free swimming, remove the male and give them their first feeding of small brine shrimp, microworms, or Daphnia. If you have successfully bred your bettas, congratulations! It's time to raise the fry. You can check some of my video so that you will have an idea about how to care your betta fry.
If you like my tutorial video, please like, share, and subscribe so that you will be updated for more tutorial videos. God bless everyone.